they do all these tests to my dad, and I can't get that buzzing out. I don't know what the fuck is going on. There we go. It's gone. Sorry, guys. We had to take a little difficulties at the beginning here. So they give my dad these tests. By the time we leave the mall, come home, I eat, and go to work. I get to work. I just punch in. My phone goes off. Hi, is this Mr. DeGeorge? I'm like, yeah. Uh, I don't know where you are, but you got to get your dad to either a doctor or a medical facility or a hospital right away. Is it an emergency? Oh, we can't tell you, but you need to get him to a hospital right now or a doctor. Okay, I'll bring him right over to the doctor that we're just at. No, we don't have time to see him. What do you mean you don't have time to see him? Well, if he comes, it'll be by the time the doctor see him, we should be closed by then.
Okay.
So you don't want to see my father, but now I gotta go find another doctor to go see him or the hospital. Yeah, and you have to do it today. Thank God the guys at work were like, okay, cool. Like, just, John was like, go. And if you can come back, come back. Thank you. So now I'm thinking my father's dead. He's going to die. Like, I got to go home and tell him he's dying. I'm crying on the way home. I'm trying to find a doctor to see him and stuff like that. I finally find a doctor. Okay, bring him over. And we'll go, we'll check him out. They'll fax the information over and we'll check him out. So we go there, we get to the doctor, we're waiting a couple hours. Doctor finally sees him and he goes, congratulations, Mr. DeGeorge, you're diabetic. I was like, he's not dying? He goes, no, did you want him to die? I'm like, no, I don't want my father to die.
No.
But the way they were sounding on the phone, like the fucking end of the world was coming. He goes, I don't know why. You could have done this yesterday or tomorrow. It's not a big deal. He's a diabetic. He's been a diabetic for a while. No one's ever told him that? No. His fucking sugar levels are out to fucking yin yang.
Okay.
Oh, they made it sound like he was gonna fucking die.
Of course they do. Make it sure.
Holy shit! I'm like, we couldn't wait for him.
Could have waited till the day after. Yeah. Could have waited till Friday.
I had to waste a fucking day of work.
Oh well.
Well, now he's fine, but I mean, he's getting there. He's been trying to learn how to use the machine and stuff like that. They gave him everything right away.
The machine.
The fucking
check your blood. Check his blood and everything. Yeah.
And the pills and stuff like that. He's he's getting there.
That's cool. That's cool. That's how
he was funny though. Dude, that guy can fucking make me laugh.
Who?
My old man.
Oh, I thought you meant the doctor.
No, I mean, dude, you seen that shit I wrote on Facebook, didn't you?
What?
You seen that stuff I wrote on Facebook?
No, can't remember.
Okay, so we're sitting in the doctor's office, right? My dad looks over the corner of the room, and he sees an old TV with a VCR. And he goes, Mink, a fucking VCR. Dude, now the doctor's office is packed, right? And he's doing this as normal, like, conversation like you and me. He goes, Mink, a fucking VCR. I'm like, Dad. He goes, I wonder what they fucking use that for still. Porn? Dad, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't get
I don't think that the days of vintage porn, I think, was no. It's all fucking gone. When you look at the VCR, the old VCRs that there were, and then the porn that was on there, holy fucking Jesus.
And then we finally get to the pharmacist, and it's August 1st. So now, and I don't know if you know, but when you turn 65, you don't have to pay for your medications anymore.
Of course, yeah.
But you got to pay $100 deductible. I didn't know that. I just found this out because, you never really ask your parents, right?
You have to pay $100 deductible.
A
month? Holy fuck.
So you pay your first $100 and then the rest of your medication's covered.
Wow. Sure. Right.
For the month.
Okay.
So the lady comes up. I guess she's already intimidated by my father, and I guess I walked in with my father, so now she's even more like holy fuck. Because my dad's pretty an intimidating guy. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but a lot of people seem to be afraid of him. So she comes up to us, and I'm out on my phone, and my dad's looking around. And she's like, Mr. DeGiorgio? And we both looked up, like, yeah? She's like, no, the older one. I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, Mr. DeGiorgio, unfortunately, today's August 1st, and we're going to add, you have to pay your deductible for your medications, the $100. And my dad's like, yeah, I know. And he goes, oh, that sucks because if he came here yesterday, all the stuff would have been free. Because it was July 31st. Because he had already paid his $100 deductible.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah,
because he got blood pressure medication that he's got to buy. It costs about $120.
Yeah.
Right? So he has to pay for it every month. He's one of those guys that gets stuck with it every month. This is the $100 deductible thing.
Whoa, yeah.
So he turns around and he goes, nonchalant, dude, didn't even hesitate, didn't fucking think about what he was saying. He goes, man, last month, this month, next month, either way, the government's going to stick it in my ass. I'm like, Dad.
Fuck you. Oh, my God. It's still, to this day, I mean, it is a political thing, but I mean, it's where you look at how people in Canada, they do say that no, we can't go bankrupt in Canada because of medical bills and things like that. But you can, because it all depends if you need medication, and you need a lot of medication. It's still going to cost you a lot of money in Canada. And even more so now that the fucking Americans are coming across the border to buy our medication because it's that much fucking cheaper than theirs. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Is that what's going on?
They are doing that now. They're coming across the border, buying the medication in Canada, and taking it back to the US. Because there's certain things. I think it's a tenth of the cost. So if something $3,000, it's $300 here. They come over here and spend the $300 Canadian, of course, not American.
That's amazing. It's kind of funny. You know why I find that funny? Because we used to cross the border for cheap cigarettes.
Yeah, now there's medication. But it was one of the stories that I also read last week about there was 1,500. This like the reason why I laugh so much is because we as a globe, as the whole fucking universe as we know it, which is this planet, we really laugh at the lack of knowledge Americans have when it comes down to geography. And there was 1,500 Americans were stopped in Canada, and this Canadian border patrol were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Oh, we're just going on they're in those dinges, the little dinges, and they're going on the river and everything else. Do you know where you are? No. But then one of them, obviously being American, gets a real mouthy bastard, and he starts, "What the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Well, we're American. Why are you talking to us?" And da-da-da. He says, "Well, you're in Canada." They crossed the fucking border on this river. There's 1,500 of them, and the 1,500 people had to be repatriated to America, all holding their little fucking dinges and shit like that, walking across. There you go. Fuck off back to where you come from.
Well, we already know they're not the smartest bunch of people. Like my buddy worked for Border Patrol, and he said like you have no idea how many people in August, bro, in fucking August, that are crossing to come into Canada so they can go skiing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're like, what's your purpose? We're going to Blue Mountain. For what? To ski. Yeah. They got the skis on top of the fucking...
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing? You fucking idiot.
There won't be snow there until January.
No. And that is stories that keep recurring. I posted one today about the conversation between this American aircraft carrier and the Spanish patrol. Well, not Spanish patrol, but Spanish. These Spanish guys were saying, you've got to move 15 degrees north to avoid collision, and it's an oldie. But then the Americans come back and says, well, no, we're the second largest aircraft carrier in the U.S. Navy. You move. And they went, well, we can't really do that, but if you move 15 degrees, da-da. So the conversation goes on. Then the Americans, basically, this American captain comes on and says that we have so many frigates, so many, these different things, and support vehicles and submarines and all this. This is what we are. If you do not move, we will utilize whatever we can to ensure the safety of this fleet. And then this fucking Spanish guy comes back and says, well, we've got 2 beers, we've got our food, we've got this, we've got that. We have no fucking idea whatsoever where we're ranked anywhere else, but we're a fucking lighthouse. Now, if you want to really keep coming at us, you fucking keep coming at us. But this is the Canary Islands, and we ain't moving anywhere. So he came back. The American captain came back. Okay, thank you. And then moved his fucking fleet. I mean, like, oh my God. Just because you're an American aircraft carrier, you've got to get out of the way, even if you're a fucking country. Like, really? Get the fuck off. It's hilarious.
Well, as far as Americans, I think that the last week, I think they've hit a new low.
Ooh, that's hard. That's hard.
A shooting at a garlic festival?
Oh, yeah. There was 2 in 24 hours.
Well, I mean, yeah, yesterday, but I'm just saying, like, in the last week, like, first, how mean you have to be to shoot at people that like garlic?
Yeah, I know. You'd be equating that to being French or something, so...
Or Italian.
Well, I don't know. Do Italians eat a lot of garlic?
Oh, hell yeah, we do.
Okay, that's fine. That's good.
That could have been a shot at us.
Could have done.
No, we just thought, when we heard, like, a fucking garlic festival?
A garlic festival. So I went in and started shooting that up. And that was all to do, that was another fucking white supremacist.
Yeah, Cal had the best line of the night, though. And they're trying to make the thing funny. But he was just like... Because we couldn't figure out, like, who would shoot a garlic factory. I'm like, well, geez, I just hope it's not another Muslim. They don't need this, like, this,
no.
right? They don't need it. And then he goes, no, he was white. I'm like, how do you know he was white? He goes, as soon as the description comes in that the guy's wearing camouflage, the motherfucker's white.
It's true. It's so fucking true.
And he goes, lo and behold, the guy's white. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, this guy, and the 24, within the 24 hours, there was a second one. Now, this shows you how really, truly fucked up this thing is, right? He's got this particular weapon. The police were so happy that they got him before he went into this building, or else he would have, like, truly caused havoc and death. But he shot his sister. Like, he killed his sister in this shooting. He killed his own fucking sister.
Sister.
Yeah. So is it really as random as that, or was it a matter that she was sat in the car with the black guy, and he just like went ape shit when it like, oh my God, sister, black guy, bang, 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 and then dead? Is racism so high in America, in the United States now, that they've seriously gone back pre-67? And they've gone even earlier than that, but where it was a matter that white women could not mix with black men. I mean,
it's always been there.
I think so. I have to agree with you. I don't think it ever went away. Even the civil rights movement, the civil rights that came afterwards, I
remember. Again, in the early 80s and 90s, there's like the talk show boom. Like every fucking network had a major talk show. Geraldo, Jenny Jones, Donahue, Sally Jesse Raphael.
I don't know most of those people, but I understand where you're coming from.
Right, and each one, Oprah, they all carried fucking...
The Oprah one, if I can mention that one, there was one that she did that I was looking on... they give you videos to watch, so I thought, oh, fuck
on YouTube or whatever?
Yeah, it was... What piqued my interest was it was from the 1990s. So I thought, oh, fuck, we're going to see some serious hairdos here. So let's have a look at it. But it was a serious thing. And what they did was, at the beginning of the show, they separated people by eye colour. So they separated the people who had blue eyes and people who had brown eyes, etc. And then they put them in different areas of the audience. And this video was going on about how basically stupid blue-eyed people were, and the audience who were in the brown eyes, they were standing up and saying basically they were reinforcing this stereotype, how it was that the blue-eyed people were so dumb, and then they were standing up and getting really, really upset. Like we're blue-eyed. Because we're blue-eyed doesn't mean that we're really that stupid. It was a social experiment done for racism and how we literally put that there and put this here, and then we segregate the society as it is through colour. And you can cover blue eyes up, but you can't cover up. Apparently, you can't cover up the colour of your skin. So consequently, the prejudice is always there, which I'm actually seeing more and more and more. Funnily enough, even me. And I seriously thought I was colourblind. I seriously did. And now I know how truly deluded I really, really was in saying that. Because I cannot believe the amount of racism there is, even here.
Oh, dude.
It's insane.
It's
insane.
It's just hidden better here.
So I was with her today. Was it today? Or yesterday? I'm not right sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. When she was on her own, because she's a woman of colour, she was treated in a certain way. As soon as her hand was in my hand, and we were, together as a couple, the person changed completely.
Yeah.
Absolutely changed.
Yeah.
And everything was referred through me. And I'm like, she's here. Why are you talking to me? She's here. Talk to her. And it's just... It's fucking infuriating.
Well, dude, I told you about my friend when we came over for the barbecue. I told you that story 100 times.
Yeah. It's just, but it's beginning to really, really hit home with me how much it is.
You'll see it more and more.
Yeah, well, I'm very, very surprised because it's how people change. Because I'm there, it changes completely. But until she's on her own, and it's people begin to not speak to her as a human being, but are almost getting there. But with me, it's just like, okay, fine, you know what I mean? No.
Yeah, because he's with the distinguished English gentleman, and now she's a human. Yeah.
It's just fucking disgusting, dude.
No, I
Seriously.
Dude, I get it. I get it all the time. I completely understand.
I do get physically angry. But she turns around to me and she says, don't get angry. She says, I'm really, really happy. Yeah, I'm really, really happy in this space. She says, what? She said, well, you here, it makes her happy because people will now listen to her. And she's happy with that. And I'm like, that is fucking so wrong. Why is it that you should be, comfortable with that just because I'm here and because the colour of my fucking skin? Fuck that. They should treat you in
you gotta chill. You gotta chill.
Whoa. Fuck. No, I get so angry.
See, what happens is, I'm not trying to talk for her, but they've been doing this all their lives. They know how to navigate this properly.
Which she does. Yes, she's very, very good at it. But it's
us that doesn't know how to navigate, so we go from 0 to let's go fucking kill somebody right now.
Yeah.
Or
I was just fucking blown away.
So my advice to you, because I learned this with my buddies and stuff like that, just step in when you need to step in, pick and choose your battles.
Oh yes, definitely.
And just let them navigate, because they know how to navigate the situation a lot more better than the white guy who's just trying to save his black friends.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. But that's it's repugnant to me that people can, because of the colour of another person's skin. It's absolutely repugnant to me that people do treat her in such a way. Until I step into the picture, and then once I step in, and I'm no fucking hero. I'm not trying to be a hero. I just walked over there, then came back, and then hi babe, and blah 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 blah, and then they okay, boom, change.
Yeah.
The fuck? Because she literally has said, oh, now you're going to talk to me. So I'm like, what's your problem? And then she'll say, no, it doesn't matter, it's okay.
No, that's
and
when
then she'll
that's when you take the kid and just go for a walk, for an ice cream.
What the fuck, It's all crazy. But it's terrible. But then you get people who's in the good old US, and you see them walking, and the guy, apparently white supremacist, walks in, did his another manifesto. It's amazing how these guys now do a manifesto, where it's like to stop all this immigration, and it's to stop the white culture being overrun and blah, de blah, de blah. And I mean, what the fuck are you even talking about, dude? It's so stupid. It's incredible.
It's funny though. You know what I never noticed? I'm just thinking about it now. How come they found all the terrorist manifestos before anything happens?
I don't know.
But the racist ones are hidden.
Yeah.
Like in 4chan. Like,
Yeah.
and no one's ever seen these ones. Like,
No.
until they then
All of a sudden, they look at his computer, it's there. Oh, fuck me.
like he posted it.
Yeah.
He tweeted about it. No one said a word.
No. Nobody gives a fuck. But you can if you post on something like, oh, if you got some weed or something, then they're like, ooh, we get on this fucking guy.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. It's insane.
Wow.
It's the insanity of the US at the moment, and hopefully we'll see a change very, very shortly.
It's not gonna happen for him.
Well, I don't, and I hate to say this. I really, really do truly hate to say it, but I think you may be getting to the stage where you have an actual point. Because if you listen to the debates, I don't know if you've listened to them or not, but
I've been paying attention.
if you listen to the debates that the Democrats have been having, and I was laughing out loud at what these people. These are supposed to be highly intelligent people who's about to run what can be deemed as or termed as one of the most powerful, or if not the most powerful nation on earth.
And the biggest race in their history.
It's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Because you have each and every one of them. They flip-flop everywhere. Trump comes out with this, look, I'm a fucking idiot, and I'm going to run as an idiot again to become president of the United States again because I'm a fucking loser and I'm an idiot, and you people believe me, so it's fine. And that's what he's doing, and that's what he's saying to them. Okay, maybe in a bit of a clouded way, but that's what he's saying. I'm an idiot, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm running this place, so who gives a fuck? And then the Democrats, they're going with fucking Joe Biden. Like, why?
Joe Biden was with Obama. They think they can get the
Obama. We'll stick with the status quo. That's what we'll do. We'll bring him in, and then the American people who really genuinely want to change, because all indicators prove that they want to change, and then all of a sudden, Joe Biden. Fuck you.
What they needed. Again, and I'm not trying to be funny. Well, I guess maybe I could be a little bit funny on this one, but whether again, and I've said this 100 times, whether you agree with what the shit that he's spewing out of his mouth or not, right? When Donald Trump says it, you can believe that he believes what he's saying. If that makes sense.
It does make sense.
It's we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this and it's gonna work.
And then it doesn't.
No, hold on. But you know he believes it, and he doesn't flip flop. He doesn't change his mind. If you notice, he doesn't really, he doesn't.
Well, I don't. I have to disagree with you slightly, because what he does is he does have the conviction of believing the bullshit that he believes. But then when that doesn't happen, I didn't say that.
Well.
I didn't say that. And then they present all these tweets, they present all these videos and everything else. Fake news.
Fake news.
That's all he does. And his followers believe this bullshit. And it's like, what? You watched him fucking say the things that he said, and you fuckers still, but not fake news.
Oh, I know.
No, it wasn't me.
That's why I love Americans.
There's another orange fucker then?
I watch Americans, and they're entertaining to me.
Oh, I find them. I do find their news and the way that they do things very, very entertaining.
And I'm glad. I've thanked my father so much that he came to Canada
instead of going to the US,
instead of New York.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Because he had that option. He was just like, it was one plane ride. I was going either way.
Fuck me.
And I was like, thank you.
Stay the fuck away from me. It's just crazy. Whichever way we look at it, it's a nutcase situation. Because on the BBC, I was looking on the BBC website, and on there they said, well, now that there's another two, and my answer was no. Now that there's another 2 shootings, will it change in America? And the answer is no.
No, they don't never change.
No.
It'll never change. Listen, first of all, we'll just do the status prayers and fucking sorries. It's not gonna help, but we'll do it. Okay.
Thoughts and prayers. Yeah.
Yeah, big deal. Those people need a lot more help than just our thoughts and prayers.
Fuck, do it. Yeah.
But the thing is that the gun thing isn't going to change.
No.
People are going to live and die on that fucking amendment, and okay, fine. But we would. I'm not trying to take a page out of Howard Stern's book, literally, because he says it in his book. But I think it's probably the smartest thing he's ever said. He's like, listen, again, we're not going to change the fucking gun rules. He goes, I am pro-gun. I own a gun. Yeah. I own a couple of them for my own protection, right? But I do have to agree that we need to tighten up how we get these fucking guns.
Well, absolutely.
So the lunatics and the nutcases do not get their hands.
Well, I think what it was said, they did an interview with one of the cops that was leading the investigation. Leading the investigation, he said that the gun that he used, the first guy, the garlic guy, garlic guy, he was the guy, was it this? I don't. He was one of them. I don't.
El Paso.
It was fucking one of them. I don't fucking know. One of them. He said the cop said it was okay because the gun had been ordered from Texas, and the checks that they did on the guy meant that he bought the gun legally. So the gun was legally bought.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, though. I think they need a national standard because every state is different. Like, dude, in Detroit, in Michigan, they don't have clean water.
I know.
But you can go open a bank account, and for a present, they give you a rifle.
Of course.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
And then go into a barber shop and get bullets while you're having a fucking shave.
Yeah.
And then in some places, it's a lot more stricter to get it. So what I think you need is a fucking standard. All 50 states. This is it. You need a nutcase check. You need some other checks, like whatever checks and balances, like to make sure that the right people get these fucking guns. If you're gonna have them, get them. Okay, fine. Because it's not the criminal's not gonna check the ones who get them illegally. They're going to hold on to those guns regardless. And the people that are law-abiding citizens that like to collect guns or want to go hunting or want to do this, want to do that, or go shoot targets, aren't going to mind going through the extra checks to make sure that their guns aren't taken away and these nutcases don't get them. And anybody who disagrees, I mean, I think that's a perfect medium.
I think it's one of the things that we can call as we're flogging a dead horse, because in the US, it isn't going to change, because the reason why that politicians want to carry on the way that they are when it comes down to gun laws is because it's one of those fundamental things to the US citizens that they go like, no, this is our constitutional right to bear arms and blah, 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 negating everything else that's said in the Constitution, which is always the case. Because you've still the orange ones turned around and said that the Constitution of the United States of America, which was written, I don't know, in the was it 1780s or something like that?
1700s,
whatever. Yeah, late 1700s.
It was after. It was right after the Confederation amendments and stuff.
Yeah, the whatever when they won the Civil War there, the British Civil War. Then he's literally turned around and said, well, the American Constitution was written to be unfair to him. And he's actually said, you can quote
Donald Trump
said that the Constitution of the United States of America was written and, and it was unfair to him because he can't just make his way around. He doesn't have to, because he has to go by these rules, which are the U.S. Constitution, everything else. Then guess what? No, I don't want to do that. Well, you're the President of the United States of America, and you made a pledge right at the very beginning when you became President of the United States of America that you were going to uphold this. And he was, I don't agree with it. It was written against me.
dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's right. Have you ever seen a sovereign citizen?
Who?
A sovereign citizen?
A sovereign citizen. I can't say I have. It doesn't ring any bells.
Oh, dude, it's a fucking YouTube wormhole that you will not. I've been in it for months. The stupidity on these people.
Oh, yeah. I believe it.
So basically, they believe that the rules of the government, they think that the government is a corporation, not real government.
Okay.
So they've reworded like certain laws, like from past, like not even like the U.S. amendments that they have now.
Yeah.
From like way back.
Yeah.
So like they don't need to get a driver's license.
Oh, yeah.
And they can do whatever, like they can do whatever they want. Like the one guy got arrested because he didn't want to spend 98 cents on a stamp.
Okay.
He was sending something out, and she's like, "It's 98 cents." He's like, "No. According to the American law of 1432, U.S. postal should only be 2 cents either way." Yeah, well, fucking inflation, you fucking moron. Did you take did you take that into effect, you fucking idiot? And then he gets arrested.
Yeah.
For 98 cents.
One wonders why.
And then, like, the traffic ones are the best because what they do is they take the driver's license, the driver's plates off, because they've let their license expire.
Yeah.
No insurance. They don't need to pay insurance. They say.
No. Well, actually, I'll talk about that in a bit. But go on.
Right. They don't need insurance. They don't need the driver's license. They don't need the tags. They don't need nothing because they're not commercial vehicles.
Okay.
So as long as they put not for sale on the part where the driver's license is, the cops shouldn't stop them.
Okay.
And then when the cops stop them, they're like, why are you, they even ask, why are you stopping me? You have no driver's license. Yeah, well, I'm not commercial. I'm not even driving. You're not driving. What the fuck are you doing? I'm traveling. I'm free to travel. Yeah, you're free to travel with your feet anywhere you want. But if you want to use a car, you gotta pay the fucking tolls. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
You can travel all you want. Fuck, get out of your car, start walking. Who gives a shit? I ain't stopping you.
Yeah.
Right? These guys, and every video ends the same way with the fucking cop getting mad and breaking the glass. And then they start yelling, I don't consent to this search and seizure, blah, blah, blah. The cop's like, get the fuck on the ground.
But it is true that there's a certain thing. Is the one in Britain, and I'm sure
the English guys have done it. There's a bunch of them that show up.
Oh fuck yeah, I can imagine. Because if you look at some of the because Britain does have a written constitution. Basically, the British Constitution is fluid, but it's verbal, and it's written verbal, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you do have things that you can go way back on, and because those laws haven't been repealed, they're still in effect. They're still laws. So you can't just say, okay, well, this is not the law now. You go like, yeah, it is, because it hasn't been repealed. So it hasn't been repealed, so it doesn't matter. But it's like with the car insurance. Now, in the car insurance, do you actually have to have car insurance? And this was an argument and a debate that two guys had in the UK. One guy said, nope, you fucking don't. The other guy says, of course you do. We all need insurance to cover for liabilities and everything else. Nope. So they were having this, and this guy who was saying that you don't need this car insurance is because the car is already insured, which stopped everybody in their tracks. And they went like, what do you mean? It's all insured. Every fucking vehicle in the UK is insured by the government. Exactly. That's what everybody in the audience did. They pulled back and they were like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, the thing is, which is turns out it's true, actually. You hit the road. Once you hit the road, your vehicle is insured. It's insured because for like removable costs and all these various different things. Because the insurance company that's been paid to, they then pay out on those vehicles to the British government because they've covered the cost of the clean-up, the police, and and the insurance company pays it all out. So that's how it works. So all these crashes and everything else that's happening, it's exactly the same reason as you have with the safety laws. Safety laws are getting stricter and stricter and stricter. And people say, no, the government's getting our face, government's getting our face, government's getting our face. But the government isn't. Because what they're doing is they're turning around and saying, okay, we have to have these stricter laws because if we don't, that ain't being insured. So they have to increase these things to make it safer. So their liability goes down and not up. Because if they just left it with a spike, so you instead of a seatbelt, you had a spike, you know what I mean? People are going to die.
Yeah.
So then the government's going to have to pay out more in liability to the insurance companies. And the insurance company says, no, make every vehicle that it's mandatory that they've got to have a seatbelt. So they have to have a seatbelt. So they have to have all these safety features to make them safer and safer and safer and safer because the insurance companies. And it's not necessarily just straightforward down to the government doing it, which many people overlook and they don't think about that.
So the cars are already insured.
So it's already insured. So the guy was correct.
I was taking it to another point. Like, I don't think your car needs to be insured. Only if you can afford it. Like, if you got $6 million in the bank and you hit somebody, and you have the $2 million coverage in your bank account, why waste the money on the insurance? Like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Not really.
If you can afford to pay out
yourself personally for personal liability.
Yeah, if you're like, I don't know, fucking.
Well, you're insured. I don't know about on your insurance. I'm covered for $2 million.
Yeah,
so
but that's the standard.
Standard, $2 million.
$2 million all around.
Personal liability.
Yeah, for God forbid something up to killing somebody or whatever. But I mean, what I'm saying though is that like, if you can cover that yourself, okay, then fuck, why do you need insurance for? But you have to prove that you can cover it. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I mean, you would find. I think the people who would mostly complain about insurance is people who genuinely can't afford it. They like you can have a minimal insurance and it's going to cost you X number of dollars per month.
I think everybody should need unless you can afford it, you have to have the insurance.
But the thing is, like rich people who can afford the $2 million, they would go like, fuck off. I ain't paying $2 million out of my pocket. That insurance company can pay it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not stopping.
That's what they do.
You want to get the insurance? Get the insurance. Whatever.
You'd never get rich people turning around saying, okay, I can afford to pay out my own pocket. So as a consequence of that, I won't pay my $2,000 a year insurance premium.
And I'm sure that's true, but I'm just saying like that would be the only option where I'd be like, okay, you really don't need the insurance. If you want to pay it out yourself, go ahead.
But it's a $2,000. I mean, $2,000 or $4,000 or whatever it is a year. That's a mere fucking pittance in compared to the $2 million.
Yeah, and I'm sure it is. But I'm just saying that would be the only time I would be like, yeah, okay, you got a point.
No.
If you're fucking Jeff Bezos, really do you need insurance?
Well, you see, that fucker is exactly the same as every other rich bastard that's around, right? He would not put his personal vehicles under a personal insurance. He would put them in the corporation insurance and he'd just drive his car anyway. Because you've got to pay for that. No, it doesn't matter.
Well, I'd probably do the same thing.
Of course you would. Of course you would. Anybody who's in business, that they would look at that and say, okay, how can I get my tax write-off? I'll do it this way. And that's what he would do. He wouldn't do it pay it out of his own pocket. Even though he's a fucking multi-billionaire, he would not pay out of his pocket because that $2,000 out of his pocket is.
But you need to see some of these sovereign citizens, bro.
Oh, I'd love to because I think they're fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude.
But these guys have done the research.
But it's the wrong research.
Not necessarily, because there's a lot of times when these guys come out and they've got everything correct.
Maybe in England, but. These guys, at least the Americans, because there's one guy, I'll send you the link.
Okay.
Because he explains in the video why he's wrong. He's making fun of them.
Yeah.
Right? But he'll be like the guy, she'll be like, I have the right to travel wrong. And then he'll be
yeah.
You have the right to walk, go right ahead, go fucking walk all you want. And then they'll be like, oh, I can't do this and I can't do that. And they'll be like, wrong. This is why it's wrong.
Well, I did watch one earlier on today. It was about... It was this one particular guy. He he got rid of 8 cops because he was outside this police station and he was filming the police station.
Yeah, public filming. Yeah.
Right, so he's filming this police station. So one of these guys, the police officer comes over, says, "Right, I need to see your ID." He went, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
You know, what I mean? He's like, "Give me your ID," and the cop said, "No." There you go. Then you're a public servant. You're supposed to give me your ID and your badge number. What is it? Da, 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 da. So he's reeling off this information, and this cop's just saying, "Just show me your ID because you're filming that." Why? Tell me why I'm doing something illegal. What law am I breaking? Which is true. Which law are they breaking? They're not breaking any laws whatsoever.
No.
None.
But he wasn't being a sovereign citizen. He was just being a citizen that, like, because I think I've seen the video. He was out with a drone or something.
No.
There's one. There's 2 I've seen. There's one with a drone where the guy's driving a drone over like a police station. He just happened to go over a police station, and all the fucking cops come out, and like they try to arrest him, and he's like. And then, like, the sergeant actually comes out and he's just like, "Sergeant, get your men away from me. I'm in a public area. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Did I do anything wrong?" And the sergeant's like, "What were you doing?" "I was flying a drone. Here's my license for the drone if you want to see." Because now in the States, apparently, you have to have your drone registered.
You have a permit for it or something?
Yeah, now you have, like, a flying permit now. So because they're just having too many of them. Too many people just flying drones in the fucking buildings and shit, and they don't know where they were coming from. Well, they're fucking fun as fuck.
Yeah, they are. But I mean, it's the same. It's like when you're flying them over the fucking airports and stuff. They're like, fuck me. Those planes have got to deal with like Canada geese for fuck's sake.
And now they got drones.
Now they got drones. You know, no.
So like this, it was a way in the States just to like, okay, this drone belongs to this person.
Yeah.
Okay, stuff like that. So he's like, "My drone's registered. I'm in a public area. Am I doing anything wrong?" The cop's just like, "No. Tell your men to stand back, please. Thank you very much." And then he walked away. He's like, "Come on, boys, let's go." He's not doing anything wrong.
Okay.
And he apologized and they left.
Well, that's fine.
And the second one was like they were just filming and walking down the street and they happened to be just filming the fucking police station and they met them at the gates.
Yes, that could be the one.
And then
he has the Freddie Mercury mustache on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "No, I'm not giving. I'm walking on the sidewalk. You can't. Like, I can film whatever I want." Yeah.
Why do you want to see my ID? Because you're filming a police station. Well, that's not illegal.
Yeah.
Which it isn't.
And he's asking like to show him the fuck. Yeah, but see, that's not being a sovereign citizen. That's actually being a regular, normal, everyday. Like, I would be like, now you're fucking.
But in the US, wouldn't you be? I mean, as a person, wouldn't you be, because of what's happened? Wouldn't you be really, really intimidated because you've got fucking you've got 8 cops and they've got 8 guns and there's, you know what I mean? They're willing to fucking shoot you on you just showing your fucking phone. You know what I mean? They'll fucking shoot you dead just for showing your phone. So wouldn't you be intimidated by that? Some people would. They certainly would. They say, "Yeah, here's my ID." Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm white, but I ain't got no problems, man. With cops, even on a traffic stop, I had one cop yell at me that I was being funny, and I was like, absolutely not. I don't know why you're trying to think I'm being funny, but because I always have the habit of, and I've done it because a lot of my friends are black, right? And I just got myself in a habit where like. I will roll down all my windows. I will turn on my lights. I turn the car off, throw the keys on the dashboard, right? And you can see everybody that's in my car, whoever's in, whether Cal's in the front or, Omar's in, back and whatever, Jamal's in, one seat, whatever, whoever's in my car, Johnny Stugats, right? And the cop's like, "You think you're trying to be funny?" And I'm like, funny for what? What, you left your windows open, your lights are on, blah, 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 you turned the car off, what, you think you were trying to be funny? What, you're trying to be an activist? And I'm like, no, you have a shitty job. I just want to make sure you know that you're being safe. That's all it was, man. Just trying to be safe, man. You have a shitty job. You don't know who I am. I don't know who you are. Right? I did everything possibly to prove to you that I am completely aware of what's going on, and you're more than welcome to approach my car without being, and that's all it was. You have a shitty job, you deal with the pieces of shit every day, Make sure this is one time you didn't have to worry about being, dealing with a piece of shit. And he's just like, oh, I, 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 I didn't know that. And I'm like, yeah, that's all it is, man. Wasn't trying to be funny. That's the only thing.
But I don't. Again, I don't understand
Mind you,
why.
did let me go off on a ticket though, so.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't understand why a police officer would have to approach you in such a way as that. I
You know what it is?
Get it. I don't get it. I mean, in the US, I can understand. In Canada, I can't.
No, because there's even in Canada too. There's a group of white people that think that they're fucking race like fucking Superman. If that makes any sense to you.
White supremacists, yeah.
No, not supremacists. I'm talking about the ones that are like you and I. We're not racist, okay? Obviously, you're not racist. It'd be pretty fucked up if you were, bro. But we're not racist. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say I have black friends, but
no. Okay.
Right, but anything, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to make a cop's fucking life miserable because maybe a few bad apples did some bad things to some black people. You know what I mean? Horrible things that they should be punished for, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be punished for, right? But there's a group of white people that would fucking not only do that, but start fucking yelling at the cop, being, well, because I don't want to be shot like a black man, and blah blah blah, and. But dude, you're not. You're gonna be white and shut up. Like he's not gonna shoot you. Well, like you understand what I'm trying to say? Maybe I
understand. I do understand what you're saying, and I do understand the tack that you're taking. But it's the same as you go to Australia, right? How many people are murdered by police officers in Australia, like just because you haven't pulled up properly? You know,
I don't know.
Exactly. So how we don't hear about that, and it's the same as in Canada. The only time you hear about something is like the guy in Toronto that was he was trying to do the death by cop, the suicide by cop, and he's pointing his fucking phone to the cop all the time. And the cop realizes it's a fucking phone. So even the cop puts his gun away, just walked up to him and arrested him. That's fine. But there is instances in Canada where cops do go overboard and fucking do what they should not be doing. Maybe because they didn't get a fuck that morning. Who knows? Who cares?
But I'm not denying that. But I think the reason why he took the tactic with me was because he thought I was gonna be one of those white guys that would be like, "Fuck the police." You're a racist piece of fucking shit. Get the fuck out of my face. Well, there's really no need to. Like, I'm white. I get it. And there's a white cop. And, there's no need for that part of the interaction. And I'm sure he's a nice guy and everything else. I like to think...
No, he's a cop, so...
But see, I'm okay with cops. Even as bad as I've been, the only bad interaction... And I wouldn't even say it was a bad interaction. I was a kid... The cop asked me what my name was. I said, fuck. And he punched me right in the face. And
That's not good community policing.
Hold on. And he took me home and told my mom. He told my mom exactly why. Right? The next time I got arrested, the same cop. Oh, yeah? Yes, sir. No, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, no problem, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
you
sir.
had the fear of him punching you in the face again.
But he left me at the park and said, don't come back here for, try to stay out of trouble, kid. I'm not going to take you home. He just wanted to hear yes, sir, no, sir. He just wanted a little bit of respect. At least that's how I took it.
So the way that you respect the police is if they come onto you and then smash your fucking head in. And then
Wait, I've never been smashed since. It's always been yes, sir, no, sir.
Exactly.
Thanks, sir.
I mean, but that's the whole thing. I mean, you've got somebody coming out of a general society, and they go and become a cop. And because they're a cop, you're supposed to bend, scrape, keel, and everything else. I mean, if you understand what it is, all cops do. Right, they will before protecting you. They will protect property.
But
property.
we've also had a debate on the.
We've had this debate before.
And things are changing. Things are changing.
How?
Dude, you go on YouTube, man. Put good cop calls out bad cop.
It'd be nice, but
it happens a lot.
I can't see a good cop in any of that scenario.
Dude, there's ones where like the guy's going way overboard and the cop grabs him and says, "What the fuck are you doing? Stop that!"
That's harming another human being. But both those cops, in the situation where you're walking down the street and somebody all of a sudden smashes a window, they'll take you down just as much as they'll take the guy that smashed the window down.
No, but at least the other cop has a good judgment. Be like if I've already surrendered and the guy's still smashing me, like take that kid in Texas with the body cam.
Was that in Texas? The one where they killed him and then they were mocking him afterwards?
Is that the where he's like,
was it in Florida or was it in
You're going to kill me. I thought it was Texas.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He was yelling, "You're going to kill me." Yeah.
And then they actually killed him and then they started mocking him.
Yeah, because he thought he was faking it or whatever.
Yeah, wake up now. You can wake up now. And then he's dead.
Yeah.
Like, really?
What they needed was a good cop to be like, "Get the fuck off him. He's already surrendered.
Yeah.
The fuck off." And yes, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, those cops wouldn't speak up because...
Well, no, because that was a matter... Which I suppose, in a way, that's one of the good things that's coming out with the body cam, because it comes out with the body cam and then it shows exactly what's happening at that particular time.
At that point, and that's great.
Until they start editing the... Oh, yeah, it was switched off. It went off for its own reason. Look, dude, please. Fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
oh, fuck off.
That happens a lot more in the States than it happens here.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
But what I'm saying, though, is at least we have a lot more police officers that will say, "Listen, you're a piece of fucking shit. I'm not working with you, or I need to get away from this guy," because it's happening a lot more and more. You can check on YouTube. Good cop calls out bad cops. It just doesn't hit the news as much. Because bad news sells, man.
Of course it does. Of course it does. It's that's in everything.
If this thing made the news, if some of those actually did make the news, right, it'd be the last thing on their way out of the fucking show. Oh, by the way, cop fucking plays basketball with some kids. See you later, guys. At 10 o'clock.
You do see things such as that happening, which we do have this inherent wish that cops were good. We do. We have this where cops really are nice people, and they will just like let you go and just what they'll do is give you nice information, everything else. But then they've got to go back to their superintendent or whatever and say, "Okay, I didn't hit my quota this month because I was being a helpful cop." The superintendent then turns around and says, "Well, next month you've got that plus your normal quota of arrests or tickets to give or things such as that." Which again, you look at that, it's highly suspicious, because what you're then doing is saying that a cop, because he has to hit a quota amount, right? He will pick anything whatsoever.
And that's why we don't have a chief of police in Durham.
You know?
You know what happened over there, right?
No.
Same thing you just said. Quotas, this and that, pressure on the other cops. 7 or 8 of them just quit and fucking told the media, "This is what's going on. There's all these quotas, blah, blah, blah. We have to arrest people for the shittiest things. We look like a fucking piece of shit." And they got rid of the fucking...
Well, if they did that, if he was...
They're investigating him now.
If they were determining that he was doing that, and that's what they should do, then I agree. Okay. Because if you give quotas to police officers, then you don't make them police officers. You make them just basically cash cows. Yeah. So they're just giving you tickets, and then you're going to clog up the which is this is the point that fucking infuriates me more than anything else, because there's a lot of people out there now that's going to challenge that ticket. So if they challenge that ticket, then it's either going to be on the first stage, it's going to be thrown out, right? Okay. You don't have to pay that ticket, or then you have to go to court. Then you have to take up the court's time for a fucking ticket that a cop didn't need to give you. All he needed to do was turn out, "Look, dude, you're going like 2 clicks over the speed limit. Slow the fuck down."
Yeah, I agree, dude. I agree.
And then drive. You know what I mean? Look, fucking slow it down. Sure. Do they need to do other stuff? Of course. Do they need to revamp the police? I think they should do that completely. Yes.
But I also think that 5% of the problem gets 100% of the media.
Isn't that across the board?
Oh, but it's not right either.
Unless it's the United States of America, then you're talking about the Congress that they have there, because they have the Congress and they have the orange peel that they have for a fucking president, and then it's like 90% of them. They're just like, yeah, we can give comedy hour so much fucking shit, and it's so much funny, and why not? Because it's garbage.
Hey, dude, you're fucking talking to the fucking.
But this is why the rest of the world is laughing at the US, and the US are saying why. Did you see what the artist did? I posted something up about it. There was an artist, and he put in North America we call them teeter totters, but the seesaws in the UK.
Yeah, teeter-totters,
yeah, right. And where the kids in the US and the kids in Mexico were using the fucking wall, right, as the mainstay, and they were playing with each other across this fucking border. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck?
I don't know. Did you hear about the 9-year-old girl that is American? And the ICE took her away for 3 days?
I didn't read that one, no.
So she's an American citizen. Her and her brother are American. I don't know how this works out because it was a weird story. They live in Mexico.
Okay.
They cross the border to go to school.
Okay.
Because apparently there's a school right at the border.
In the U.S.? Oh,
yeah,
in Mexico?
Yeah, right in El Paso or one of those Texas states.
Yeah.
So the kids would walk over, the American citizens that live in Mexico, walk over, get school in America, and then
go back.
And go back to Mexico.
Okay.
Completely fine, they're Americans, whatever. Well, fucking ISIS doesn't, well, they can be called ISIS too, as far as I'm concerned.
Or Gestapo, yeah.
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 ICE doesn't believe that she's an American citizen. She's got all her papers. The picture doesn't look like you. What the fuck you mean it doesn't look like me? I'm an 8-year-old child. Who the fuck you think this is?
Yeah.
They fucking arrested her.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, who the fuck? Whose head's got to roll for this? I don't. Like 9-year-old. Fucking. Where is it now?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know something? I believe you because they did. Was it a crash? It was either a crash. There was some sort of tragedy happened, and it was. I believe there were Hispanic people that were involved in it, and obviously the police went there and tried to do their investigation about what happened, how did it happen, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Working for the insurance companies, and then they turned up. Good old ICE officers turned up. Right, I want to see your papers, and the cops were literally going, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Here's the girl. This is the girl.
Oh, okay.
With her driver's license right beside her, or whatever.
The driver's license?
Not the driver. They're fucking American.
Citizens?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't look like her?
Well, fine. What?
That doesn't look like her.
Have you seen my fucking shit?
No, hold on. That doesn't look like her. That picture in the photo does not look like the little girl?
Well, yeah, it looks fine to me.
Apparently that didn't look like her. Who the fuck was the officer? Fucking, that cartoon with that fucking blind guy? Mr. Magoo?
Oh, yeah.
Was it fucking Mr. Magoo that was fucking investigating this for ICE?
Probably.
Like, honestly, how can you not see that? It's her aged.
Yeah.
Me, if that was my fucking daughter.
I know. But this one that I was telling you about, these ICE officers turned up, right? And there's a person dead. And then there's, and these people are in trauma. This person's dead. It's their family. And they're obviously fucking totally traumatized. On the shoulder, where's your papers? What the fuck? Because they were Hispanic. Like, what?
The funny thing is that Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, George Bush, and even Reagan, and apparently now he's a racist piece of shit too.
Well, he is, yeah.
Right?
Well, always was, but.
Well, I don't know anything.
No, okay.
I'm more of Clinton on, bro. I don't know anything about Reagan and Star Wars and that other bullshit that he had.
Yeah.
That's all I know. All I know from Reagan is Star Wars. This is your brain on pot. No, they have an egg. This is your brain.
Yeah.
This is your brain on marijuana.
Yeah.
And he'd crack it and be fried.
Yeah. Yeah.
His wife Nancy used to do it.
Yeah.
And then the video with the English man there. What's his name? Phil Collins. There's a video with
Genesis?
I don't know, but I don't know if it's Genesis, but it's like it's the guy with the video's all with the puppets, but Reagan's the puppet in the video.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Maybe, and it's Reagan.
There's Reagan and Gorbachev.
Yeah, and Nancy too.
Yeah.
Somehow she's like, "Oh, geez, Nancy, I really had a weird dream." At the end of the video.
Yeah.
That's all I know about him. Star Wars, eggs cracking in that video.
Yeah.
So after that, then I'm okay. But like, if you think about it, they fucking sent out more fucking refugees, more quieter than anybody I've ever. They were saying like it's saying Donald Trump didn't come close to these people, and I've never seen one man fuck himself up. Like I'm all.
What do you mean? You mean deport people?
Yeah,
from...
they were saying that Bill Clinton, both Bushes, Obama, they deported more illegals quietly in their whole like.
I'd have to look at those figures.
Yeah, than Donald has.
Yes, but you think the thing is, even and as much as I despise George Bush Senior and Junior. And Clinton, and not so much Obama, but still Obama. The thing is that
you just hate everybody.
They did no, I don't. But they literally did it. They didn't go and make it part of their ultimate campaign to become president, to make America great again, which we all now know is to make America racist again, openly racist, by the way. Then what it is. Trump went out there and he made it part of his campaign that he is going to deport like literally every Hispanic person from the US and send them back to where they came from, which is 90% of them literally were born
here
in the US.
Wow.
In the US, so they're perfectly legal to be in the United States of America because they were born there. So I mean, the US, the thing is like you're born in the US, automatically you're a US citizen because you're born there. So fine.
Yeah, well, dude, it's like when I came the first time I came into Whippy. Now, don't get me wrong, my experience does not even come close to this.
No,
but it's almost on the same lower tier, I guess, of a level of it. But growing up in Malvern, mostly black community and all that stuff. Dude, I never heard the words WAP or Guinea or Goomba or any of that stuff before. It was 2 days. 2 days of moving here in Whippy where someone called me a WAP.
Yeah.
And I was driving. I happened to be driving my dad's car. I had the Italian flags on my car because it was the Euro Cup or the World Cup or one of those cups.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "Hey, you fucking wop, why don't you go back to where you came from?" I was like, "Malvern?"
Exactly, yeah.
Like, I'm from Malvern, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you want to go down the 401? Do I have to go down the highway too?
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Which way?
Yeah.
But this is the frustration that I have. Is it's literally you keep hearing that terminology. Go back to where you came from. And you could be 4th, 5th, 6th generation Canadian or American or something like that. And then it's like, where do you mean? Massachusetts?
Yeah, like...
Arizona?
Dude, and if that's the case, then should we all just leave and let the Indians stay here? Or the natives? Whatever. Yeah. Like, let them have their land. We'll go back. I'll go back to Italy. Fuck it, whatever. But
that's the whole point. Whereabouts do you pick? That's one of the things. That's one of the debates I've had with a guy that mentioned something similar to what you've just mentioned. Okay, you can identify straight away. Strictly, you can. It's the same with Cal. Cal, you could say like, okay, Sri Lanka. Okay, you Italy, me the UK. But then you throw in the fucking melting pot. Okay, so in that melting pot, and this is what I said to the guy that I was having the debate with, you're saying go back to where you come from or you came from.
Yeah.
Okay, you've now got to put, let's say you're third generation, right? So where do you go back to? So now, well, think about it. Literally do the math. You've got 4 grandparents.
Yeah.
Then you've got those 4 grandparents have got parents. Then they've also got grandparents. Then you've got to go back to that generation. So you've got this real numerical quandary here of which particular country do you pick?
Not even that. I've known people that need a 28 and me to figure out what they are.
Yeah.
Like I completely agree with that. Like,
So what exactly do you mean by go back where you come from to where you came from?
Because now what are we gonna have a special island for the people that needed a 28 and me?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Give them Hawaii?
Yeah.
The Fijis? Like,
Of course, but there's that. I mean, you've got various different companies that are doing the same thing, but they can only give you the analysis on what they've already done themselves. They've already done this analysis themselves, which again, that's turning into a dystopian nightmare. But they're all saying across the board, okay, we can only give you up to what knowledge we have, which is fine. It's a working database, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as you go along, which again is fine. So, where do you pick? Which country do you pick?
I don't know, dude.
Going back home to where?
Because I don't even know if it's a bad thing or a sad thing.
But it's the person. What you've also got to look at, Dom, is ultimately when we really look at that, the guy that's turning round to us and saying go back to where you came from is a white guy.
Yeah. That was funny.
It's a white guy. And then you look at him straight in the fucking face and, well, where do you come from? And he's the guy that will turn, oh, I'm Canadian. Actually, you're not. No, you're not. Do you want to have a debate here? Or are we going to start swinging fists first? And then once I've put you on your ass and you want to listen, then we can have the debate. Or do you want to talk about it first? Because I'm a white guy. I have a British accent. You're a white guy. You've got a North American accent. Okay, where did you come from? Where do I come from? And then trying to figure out what these guys are talking about, I have no fucking idea.
I am completely, like I said, that's why I'm so happy I didn't grow up like in an all-white community. I'm not trying to blow smoke up anybody's ass. I think my parents, out of everything my parents did, I think the best thing they did was keep us in a multicultural society where I can hang out with Cal and I respect him and he respects me and we can deal with each other. And my buddies Maroof and Adil and all those guys, and then I can still hang out with you and I'm cool with you and I'm cool with everybody else, and you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Where like there's just people that just say like further north. There's people in Oshawa because there's people in Oshawa like because Oshawa's growing in a lot, but I mean. Those redneck fucking hillbillies are still around.
Oh, most definitely.
Where like their whole entire life has just been them country music and their cousins.
Yeah.
Right? So like those people
Which is a stereotype when we look at that. It is a stereotype.
What, them country music and a cousin?
Well, it
Have you been to the corral?
It is because you look at that and then you see I would like to look at the pure percentages if I could. But what my perception is the people who are most racist are of lower intellect people. There are some higher intellect people who are quite racist, and they're quite straightforward. I'm going to lead the white revolution through sort of thing. But then you've got the majority of the people that are like that in the racist terms and bigoted terms are ill-educated white people. They really are. And it's kind of scary.
Again, that goes back to country music and fucking their cousin. I'm sorry, I'm not dropping this.
No, I can see why, because I mean I look at some of the statistics and these are the real things, and then you look at the like good old Bible Belt. We'll bring the United States up again, but you look at the good old Bible Belt, and then like good old Pornhub. I love Pornhub for their statistics that they come up with. It's fucking entertaining as fuck. If you ever want to be entertained, look at what they pull up on their statistics. It's fucking hilarious because they have in the Bible Belt, which is supposed to be this God-fearing, God-loving, God-everything bullshit that they have down there, and then they're like gay porn, and they're looking at anal sex. They're looking at all these perversions, or if you want to call them perversions, kinks, or anything else, all there because of the repression they get within that. And you see this literally this Bible Belt with the black cross in it, and there it is. And you just think, what the fuck? I mean, seriously, if you could just let your fucking hair down a little bit, then you'd be cool. But you look at this white Christianity in the United States of America. Have you seen how hateful those people really are?
Dude,
it's scary.
You know, I've gotten hate mail for what I said the other week.
I don't know.
Remember the fucking Jews?
Oh, on Pat
Robertson?
Yeah.
Dude, I've had people fucking say that you're disgusting.
Who, me or you?
Me.
Oh. Okay.
Mr. Christian.
Oh, yeah. Hello, hater. Go fuck yourself.
Mr. fucking Christian myself. Yeah. I'm the fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
We got hate mail. Yay.
Oh, yeah. I'm so proud of myself.
I mean, that's
why I was like, I want to attack those guys. I want to start attacking them.
Oh, I don't blame you because you've got my full backing because these people are fucking mental. They are nuts. They need psychiatric help.
And
they're
the worst one of them are those fucking, what the fuck are they called? The Baptist fucking bureau. The girl just fucking left. What's her name?
I don't know.
They go to the fucking army fucking funerals and they have the fucking...
Oh, Westboro Baptist.
Dude,
they're
fucking...
fucked.
That woman, I just want to... Holy fuck. She needs a cock right in her mouth.
No. Is it? I don't even think it's the sex part. I think it's just that they are so ingrained with hatred for anybody or anything that's diverse from them that's the way they go.
Even that, dude, they talk it like it's love.
I know.
They're like, oh, we don't hate you, we love you. That's why we're telling you that you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, go fuck off.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and that's where I was, and I literally was accosted. To which it's a matter of fucking touch me again. And this guy's trying to push this pamphlet into my hand about you'll be saved by Jesus and everything else. How stupid is that to say to me of all fucking people? Really?
Well, I mean, it's not like you have a sign that says I'm a fucking atheist.
I need it tattooing on my fucking throat or something. Because I did say no, thank you. I was pleasant about it. I said no, thank you. I don't believe in such things. I was like, no, but he will say, I really don't believe in such things. So if you don't mind, I'd like to go on my way. And then to keep walking in front of me, to stop me and telling me that, and all this. Dude, you're barring my right of passage. I'm asking you to move aside. Just move. And he wouldn't.
Oh, I would have punched him in the face.
Well, this is where I'm being pleasant. And then he's trying to push his pamphlet. I don't believe in that fucking shit. And once I began to raise my voice, because this guy would not fuck off, right? Then I'm the one. He's the victim. He's the victim.
You'd have been a victim a long time ago if it was.
And I'm like, well, dude, fucking get out of my face. I don't believe in your bullshit. Go the fuck away. Go pick on somebody else that you may be able to bring Jesus to. That's fine. That's no problem at all. But go the fuck away. I'm not interested. But he just wouldn't fucking do it.
Oh,
and that's supposed to be good old Christian love. But obviously it's fanaticism. It's nuts. And the Westboro guys who I love the people now that's turning around and saying, you know something, we've had enough of these fuckers.
Oh yeah. Well, even her daughter turned.
Yeah.
Did you see who she married?
I can't remember who she married, but I know
A fucking Jew.
Oh,
and I don't mean to say a fucking Jew. Like I mean,
no, I know what you mean.
like
Yeah.
I'm meaning like
It was in the terminology. Yeah, it's fine. It's no problem.
yeah, like it's just like oh my god, like it couldn't be more sweeter.
Oh yeah.
And her interviews are great. She's a you know what man like.
I mean, exposing these fucking idiots is it's got to be the next part of true entertainment, because you look at the way that this Baptist church are, you know, where they cover the women up and everything else, and they're totally against Muslims, and then you put them there, and then you go like, what's the fucking difference? You know, they're covering their women up from head to toe. They're covering their women up from head to toe.
Are they both forcing them, or is this?
Yeah, of course. Dude, of course they're forcing.
Well, no, because some Muslims proclaim that the women have a choice, and some Christians proclaim that these women have a choice. So I'm just going.
Sure.
I'm doing it with a wink and a fucking nod here.
They have every choice they want. If that chick wanted to wear a bikini, no, she wouldn't be fucking acid
if that was
thrown
the
over
case,
her
Nike
face.
wouldn't be wearing wouldn't be making those fucking burqas for the water.
Well, that's cool if they want to wear that to go in the water because of their religious beliefs. I don't have a fucking problem with that.
No, listen, if you believe it, that's fine. I got no problem with it either. But if your husband or your father's got a gun to your head and saying you got to cover your fucking head up before you go in no fucking water.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Exactly. So why, either we got to do something like to again, do something, I don't know. I'm not a religious fucking thing, but I was doing it with a wink and a nod. You think I'm fucking being serious here?
No.
I'm trying to get the fucking Christians to give me more hate mail. Bro, me, myself, I can't believe I'm the Christian in the group and I'm the piece of shit.
Yeah, because you come out with that. But
because I'm like, okay, well, listen, you don't believe in God. Okay, that's fine. Listen, if there's a God, then you guys can discuss it when you guys die. If there is. That's all I'm saying.
Who gives a fuck?
If you want to fuck somebody in the ass, if it's truly a fucking sin, when you get to the gates of heaven, you guys can have a discussion there.
Why did you send that hurricane? Because my boyfriend fucked me.
Oh, like, Jesus.
No.
That one was I saw that clip. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And he was calling it Jew York. That Pat Robinson guy, I'm going to start fucking tagging him in every fucking... You mean to tell me Hurricane Katrina was sent by God... Now,
to New Orleans.
People are fucking starving. Okay, people are fucking starving. The temperature's going out of whack. There's pedophiles, rapists, murderers. Like, if it's overpopulated...
Human trafficking. Yeah.
Like, you get rid of all these people, we're back to normal population, and we're good to go for the rest of a couple thousand years.
Yeah.
All this stuff. And he sent a fucking hurricane to New Orleans because the Jews in New York are allowing people to fuck each other in the ass? This is the equation that you've come up with. Like...
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
I'll let the kids suffer. I'll let the pedophiles fuck other kids. They can do a couple of 10 more degrees in this fucking heat that's been killing me for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say the fucking hurricane because the Jews are like the fucking homos fuck each other in the ass. That makes perfect fucking sense.
For this omnipotent being that has literally clicked into Thanos, I suppose, but clicked into being this whole universe. This guy that is so ultimately knowledgeable. Intelligent and knowledgeable about everything for the 13 billion years of the past to the gazillions of millions of years in the future, and all of a sudden he hits New Orleans with a hurricane because
the Jews in New York.
Yeah,
because the Jews in New York are allowing gays for I don't know who gave the permission for Jews in New York to allow everybody to fuck. The argument doesn't even make sense.
No.
The homos and the lesbians got permission from the Jews in New York to fuck each other in the ass which made God pissed off to send a hurricane in another state
Yeah.
and wipe it out.
Yeah. That's your warning.
Oh my God, I'm getting agitated just thinking about
But
it.
but then but then if you go back historical fact and weather fact and everything else, these hurricanes happen every year.
For the last 30 years, we just happen to have a bad one with Katrina.
And a lot longer than that. I mean, it's just that for every year, I mean, okay, hurricanes happened, and they're following a certain pattern. If you ever notice that, they're all following each other.
Yeah, they go down to southern Florida, and they go back up. And
and they always follow the same path. Or a very, very similar path. And then they get these warnings and blah, blah, blah. But it's the same as out in the Far East. You get the monsoons, the typhoons, and all these various different things out there as well. But only in the US, so far, have I heard of this bullshit that goes on. But then there was that other fucking guy in, I'm not sure if it was in Iran or it was a Middle Eastern country. And he was decrying something for something because we allowed women to drive. What the fuck?
in Iran.
And it was in Iran, I think. Yeah. And what?
Saudi Arabia.
No, Saudi Arabia's come to terms with the fact that women should be allowed to drive.
They just did it now.
Yeah.
Dude, listen. I am so...
Do you know there's one of the royal family in Saudi Arabia that wants to reverse that because he feels that with the car vibrating,
get off.
The women can get off on it. So because of that, they should not drive because it will make their vagina vibrate.
Okay, now I'm not trying to bring wrestling into this.
Oh God.
You know how much I love wrestling.
Oh God. Okay.
I refuse to watch their pay-per-views from there.
From where?
From Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I refuse. As soon as it says we're live from click, I'm off. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
No.
You treat people like fucking animals over there. I'm done. I don't care how much you're making over there, and they're fucking idiots too. You know what? I think that went back. They're not smart on the wrestling culture because they signed a 10-year deal with the WWE, multi-million fucking. Dude, the WWE ain't going nowhere on this deal alone. It ain't going anywhere anytime soon. There's no way going bankrupt, right? Because of this deal. They got to do 2 shows a year in Saudi Arabia at the fucking King Abdullah Sports Dome, which I wish I had a stadium named after me. Stadium Dominic DiGiorgio. One day I'll get it.
One day, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So fucking the idea is that they get to choose. They can pick some people who they want to see. So the report was Vince McMahon calls and goes, so who do you want me to bring over to do the show? And he goes, the Ultimate Warrior, Andre the Giant, the Macho Man Randy Savage, Roddy Piper, the Junkyard Dog. There's one problem.
No idea.
They're all dead.
No. Okay. Right. Yeah.
And he's naming up, how the fuck you want me to bring these people over there? They're getting mad that they couldn't bring them over.
Well, yeah. This is the whole thing. That's what they're believing is WWE or whatever you call it. Then sure, bring over these names that are so synonymous with whatever it is that they do.
But they didn't realize. I guess they're still watching shows from the 80s, thinking that those guys are in the prime.
Okay.
And they're not. They've been dead for 20 years.
Yeah, they're fucking dead.
And they're mad that they're not coming.
Well, of course.
People are like, we're not going because Junkyard Dog's not coming. He's been dead for 25 years.
Yeah.
We're not getting Jonathan Ritter out of this fucking... Anyways.
No, that's insane. But it's that's one of the reasons why I find religion so fucked up, and especially when you look at it now, it goes from remember the days back when good old Farmer Joe and Mrs. Mills would go down to the church and do their little penny farthing or whatever. They'd give some of their trinkets to the church and then fuck off on Sunday, and who gave a fuck and nobody cared. And now it's the radicalization where you've got these screaming Christians who would willingly send hate mail out saying you will go to hell because of this, or we're going to do this or that. I mean, I don't even know what the context of the hate mail was, but why? Who cares? You believe so much in freedom of speech as long as it's freedom of speach for you. You believe in, it's fuck off.
Basically, the letter was, and I made a mistake. Like I said on the other show, I erased it. I was like, fucking. Cal was like, we should have fucking kept it. We ought to fucking Instagram the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And they were just saying, like, how can you call yourself a Christian? You allow a gay guy on your show. And I'm like, he's my friend. And I like, listen, I've said this 100 times, and you can send all the email I want. I love it, actually. No, please send more, because I'll actually will Instagram it.
Yeah.
But I barely got enough time for my own life. Then to judge someone else's fucking who they're fucking in the ass or who they're not fucking in the ass, or.
But you have to ask that question. You have to ask that question: is exactly what do these supposed Christians actually do? What do they do with their lives? What do they do? Do they just listen to podcasts and watch TV and
There's
say,
people
okay,
like that, dude. There's people like that.
They're gonna send hate mail out because you should believe in God. I'm stipulating quite strongly now, right? No matter, and if you're listening to this, I don't give a flying fuck. There is no God. End of story.
That was Will Rhodes.
Send me the fucking mail. I don't care.
No, and then that's the thing though. Like, it's what they're doing is they're waiting to see if we have sponsors first of all.
Okay.
And then they'll attack the sponsorships so they can pull the sponsorships.
Okay.
That's their tactic.
But don't you think that's weak sponsors? I think so.
Listen. I've been saying it for years. What we've done is we've given the people in Facebook and Twitter too much power, right? So someone complains and the sponsor pulls out of something. And I'm guilty of it too. When I make a complaint to a company, I put it completely public on fucking Facebook and Twitter. Only because I know that I get a response just like that and I get what I want. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But at some point it's got to stop. And that's what they do. If they would have seen a Rogers ad, right, on our show, they would have fucking got the little Christian buddies to start typing over the, they're fucking over to Rogers. How dare you fucking sponsor this podcast? To the point where they get scared and they're like, oh my God, 10 Christians just called and, we got to pull it before there's more. And that's what happens.
But that just shows you that the corporations and the corporate mentality is, let's bow to this full majority.
And I'm not saying sorry.
No, fuck off. It's no.
My God includes everybody. Listen, if there's a God out there, no, and I really don't know. I don't know.
Excuse me.
But I like to think that if there is, he's pretty okay with, as long as you're happy. As long as we're not hurting anybody. You're not bugging nobody. I'm pretty sure my God's happy with what it is, whatever I do. And if he's not, well, then fuck it. I don't want him to be my God anyways. If Gay Bobby is doing something wrong, then you know what? Fuck him. I don't need that God. You can send me to hell. I'll go party with Tupac and Biggie. Because according to Christians, those guys are down there too. So I might as well go.
Yeah. It comes back to that. It comes back to the discussion we've had before, where the ludicrousness of it all is it's a mental trauma, a mental disability of how this religion has basically overtaken Western society to such a degree. I mean, you look at in Europe. I mean, now so few people believe in it. It's almost the whole of Europe is atheist now. It's like on the way down so much, and you even have it in quite a few of the Buddhist communities, the Muslim communities, and the Hindu communities, where the belief in the religion is gradually becoming less and less and less, because people are becoming more and more and more educated, and more educated. You don't believe in myths and fantasy. You believe more in the real facts of life and what's real.
Just a little thing on real time.
Hmm.
There's another like Andrew Shear.
Oh no! Fuck me.
He's in trouble
Good.
with the Muslim community
Oh, good.
only because he went to a Lebanese heritage festival today.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it is. The Muslim group calls on conservative candidates to step down over social media posts. And the only social media post they've produced is, I had a blast today at the Lebanese Heritage Festival. Thanks to the Lebanese Canadian community for being so welcoming to us and our candidate. That's all he wrote.
Okay.
And the Muslim community in Mississauga is saying, we want you to step down because you went there. I guess the Muslims and the Lebanese people don't like each other. That's why.
Well, I don't.
I could be wrong, but I mean that's the only thing I can take out of that.
Well, you've got to look at the Christian Lebanese versus and then you've also not versus, but you've got the Christian Lebanese, you've got the Muslim communities in Lebanon. Then you've got to take into account what they were fighting over at one time. Then, then you've got to take all the historical facts, and then you've got to take it, etc., etc., etc. I mean,
it gives me fucking agita, bro.
yeah, but you look at like Shear, he's a dick. He's another Ford. He's running basically on the same campaign that Ford was.
You know
and it's
okay. I'm gonna end the show with this one because you're gonna love it. I started with my old man. I'm gonna end with my old man.
Oh, okay.
I got in trouble for voting for Doug Ford.
And so you fucking should.
Yeah. He's like, we were talking in the car, we were driving, and somehow we got in politics, and he's like, and you, voting for that fat fucking piece of shit pig. He goes, you really did vote for him, didn't you? I'm like, yeah, look what he's done. Look at what he's done in this province.
I know.
And I'm like, maybe I would have given it to you if it was his brother. Maybe, because it looked like his brother cared a little bit. This guy, he goes, this guy's a fucking animal. And I'm like, well, what did you want me to do? The Liberals or the NDP? He goes, you know what? I agree with you there. What you should have done is take your fucking ballot, go to the bathroom, wipe your ass with it, and then put it in the box.
No.
And I was like, oh. But Doug Ford, that fucking piece of shit.
Oh, man.
I actually had to apologize to my dad before he gave me a scaff in the face. I think part of it is because he can't vote.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is, it's the same. You should be able to have a say. You should be able to have a say. But then when people believe people like Trump, or politicians like Trump, and politicians like Ford, and politicians like Scheer, and then that other fucking idiot that's out there in BC and things such as that, they're too crazy or too lazy to look at where they're bringing these policies from and what's happened to those countries. All you have to do is look at the UK. They're bringing the policies from the UK from like 9 years ago that happened in the UK 9 years ago. Look at the UK today. Fucked. Absolutely fucked up the ass. And they're wanting to bring the whole social things in the UK of like they're on the complete verge of collapse. They're now looking at the health system in the UK. They're either paying the nurses or repairing the building. That's now where they're at, and that's exactly what Ford's going to do in this province. It's going to be a matter of pay nurses, repair buildings, or get rid of nurses and use that money to pay for the repairs on buildings, and basically leave the patients as they were back in the 1700s, 1800s. Who gives a fuck?
I would also like to apologize for voting for Mr. Ford. This is a hard one to swallow, but I was wrong.
Oh, you're fucking very wrong.
Oh, man. Not even a year in, I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
I know, but there again, I mean, I'm not a person I'm not a person to do that, to dwell on the fact I told you so. I'm not.
You never.
No,
Oh,
no, I'm not. I'm not. It's not. It's not. It's because the only thing that I remember saying back to you was, "You will come to regret."
Not even
What?
a year. I remember. We were like, at this time, sometime at this point, before we even this year end, you're gonna be done. I'm like, no, I'll be happy, bro.
Yeah.
I think Toronto will be thriving.
Yeah.
Everything will be thriving. We're running that engine. We running, and
We'll be getting these tax breaks and everything else, and you go, oh fuck.
Anyways, one more thing before we end the show.
Okay.
The sick rice for sick kids.
Oh, okay.
Have you figured out how much you think I paid for this
I
photo?
still say if you paid more than $5 for that, then you were overcharged.
Okay, first of all, hold on.
Okay. I don't even know it is.
Hold on, I'll explain it to you.
Okay. I know there's a guy with the black and white shirt in there.
That's the referee.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's the NWA Championship of the World from last year's pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Sure.
The pay-per-view is called All In. It's my favorite pay-per-view. It's one of my favorite matches ever in my entire life.
Okay.
It's Nick Aldis from England.
Who?
Nick Aldis.
Okay.
And Cody Rhodes, the blonde.
Oh, okay.
And he's the champ. Nick Aldis is the champ.
Right.
Okay. So they had a draw. Like what happened was there was a bunch of shit that you could draw on. Like you buy tickets. And
Yeah.
Okay. Needless to say, I didn't win this.
Okay.
A person who did not like wrestling won this. Why they would put the ticket in there is beyond me. Right? So they gave it back to the sick rights for sick kids.
Yeah.
And said, auction it off.
Okay.
And how much do you think I won this baby at?
Like I said, if you paid more than $5 for that, then you were overcharged.
Okay, but make a guess. How much do you think I would pay for this?
Fuck, I have no clue.
Listen, I'm telling you.
Is it three figures?
No. Well, yeah, 3 figures.
It's 3 figures. Okay, $100.
Yeah.
You paid $100 for a fucking print.
A limited edition print for sick rights for sick kids, yes.
How many when it says limited edition? How many?
50.
There's only 50 of those prints in the world ever.
Yeah, and I got number 23.
Oh, okay. So you paid $95 too much for that.
Well, first of all, I went to autism.
Well, that's fair enough. No, that's fair enough. I'm not gonna argue with that.
And I've said it before. I'll say it again. If it was a profit-only car show, there's no way I would have paid for it.
No.
$100. Maybe 25, maybe 30.
Yeah.
Sick rights for sick kids, that's near and dear to my heart. The autism thing for kids, especially after fuckface Ford, and I voted for him. Thinking like I need to fucking. Sorry, guys.
And he's really decimated the autism things.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Sorry, guys. Here's my contribution for my fuck up of voting for him. So they're like, we're gonna start the bid at 100. And I'm like, 100. I'll take it right now. And I was like, don't anybody vote for this. I ain't stopping. I'm taking this home.
Yeah.
So they went for $100.
Okay.
I paid 100. Cal, on the other hand, I was going to kill him. You know what he does? He had you know who Ric Flair is, my favorite fucking wrestler of all time. Woo,
I think I remember talking about
we showed you about the video. He's the guy who always wants the crocodile shoes. He's always rich. And I'm like, everybody in the ghetto used to love Ric Flair. Like, you want to be as rich as him and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Well, they had an autographed robe.
Okay.
And from Ric Flair, and dude, I spent $40-$50 on tags, and I just went, I'm winning this fucking thing. Cal puts $5 worth. And wins the fucking.
And he wins it.
And he wins it.
And he didn't give you it.
No, he's not. No, he's not getting. Not only did he not give it to me, Not only did he not fucking give it to me. Let's see, where's Megan here? Because this will be well worth the fucking. You'll have a little laugh with this.
Oh, is it the picture with him with the robe on?
It's a fucking video.
No.
And he's doing the woo and everything.
Good on Cal. Good on him.
Not even that. If I play, I'm not gonna put it on the thing, but if you hear it properly, he's playing his entrance music, the Space Odyssey.
Oh, fucking hell. Good on Cal. Well done, Cal.
Yeah. Fuck off, Cal.
Tell Dom to go fuck himself.
That would have been already in a case, hung up right there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just as well, it isn't then.
Well, that photo's going right there, so I can look at it every time I'm here.
Oh, sweetheart. No, never mind.
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite matches. Nick Aldis is one of my favorite fighters.
I have no fucking clue who they are.
I told you, I honestly wish you were a wrestling fan. You have no idea the talent that's coming out of England. You have no. Will Ospreay, Nick Aldis, William Regal. Oh my God.
Do I fall asleep now or?
Fuck off. I'm ending the show. I gotta go. Sorry for Doug Ford, guys. So.
Peace.
The Christians, go fuck yourself. Send me more.
Yeah.
You wait until I got my little fucking shot at you next week.